broadcasting live on the road. We is today. We is here live at Pizza in Elizabeth and having a big time already. Where the buffet is $11.99, all you can eat, 18 pieces. So you know the story. We tell you every time we're here because it is you can't beat it. 18 pizzas with all the you got the 3 different types of pasta. You've got the dessert pizzas. You got it all for again. $11.99. Tonight's $12.99, and there it is. Thank you. Lunch is $11.99. Senior discount is $8.99. The dinner buffet is $12.99. It is kids' night from 4 to 9 tonight. $2.99 with adult purchase. Kids come in and eat for $2.99 everything they can possibly pile on their plate at Pizza in here in Elizabeth. And so we're here. We have lots to talk about. We're going to be joined by Mike Corn, the head baseball coach of the 10th ranked Elizabethton Cyclones, coming your way today. We'll go on air at what do we say? What was I said? 6:40. First pitch at 7 o'clock tonight. Is that right? Or is it 5:40? I can't. I'd have to go back and look. Can you remember? Can't remember. It's been a morning already. But anyway, we got baseball tonight. The 17th ranked Tennessee Vikings, both 4-0, both ready to go. Cyclones won 10 straight. Tennessee has won 8 of their last 9. So it'll be a dandy tonight at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. So a big baseball game early in the Upper Lakes Conference race. I say early because there's a lot of baseball left before the tournament comes up in early May. So it's going to be a good one. We're going to hear the broadcast and bring it to you, video and audio. And again, that'll be starting tonight. I want to say, Coach won't be here in a minute. He'll double check. I got them all right. I know the Scienceville game on Thursday is 5 o'clock. So I want to say this one's at 7 tonight, and we're going there at 6:40. Pretty sure that's what it is. So I'll double check. Welcome to my world. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's get it going. Let's rock it. Let's get a national anthem cranked up here. Boy, yesterday, Deidre Constable did a wonderful job, and we're going to have her on tomorrow, playing it tomorrow. We'll have that set up ready to go for you tomorrow. Today, here we go. Here she is, Faith Hill with the national anthem on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2,257 today. We're live here again at Pizza Inn. Lots going on. The NFL's changed their overtime rules. That came down this morning. Brand spanking new rule for the National Football League. We've got the Maryland Terrapins. They have exited their coach. The Crab Five, they're all gone, including Jacoby Gillespie from Greenville is gone. He may wind up at Tennessee before it's over with. We'll see. But the coach for the Lady Vols got herself a pay raise. So lots going on. Major League Baseball, Braves lose again. So they're in a tailspin coming out of the gate. So we'll take a look at all this coming up. But first, here's the national anthem for Faith Hill on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the
back to the Tom Doe Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live at Pete's Inn. Ooh, these guys in here got a table full back here already, wolfing it down, getting pizza and all kinds of good stuff on the buffet. All right, so the new rules out for the National Football League. It just came down this morning. I want to let you know about this on the show, and it goes as follows. Overtime is now uniform in the National Football League. Going forward, got voted in today. This is the way it should be, I think. Both teams will have an offensive possession, no matter if the team that wins the coin toss scores a touchdown or not. So if we win the coin toss, I'm a Raiders guy, so the Raiders are playing the Chiefs, and we, in overtime, and we do a coin toss, and we win the coin toss. We score, they still get a chance to score too. So that's how it's going to be. Needed 75% to approve the amendment, which they have been, and it went on through. So before that, if the game was to go into overtime in the regular season and the team that had the first possession scored a touchdown, game was over. Now it's not going to be the case. Both teams basically will get a chance. That's what they're saying. Both teams will get a chance to score and to play. And so that's what they've got going on. A brand new rule today just came down with the NFL. Hello, Coach. You want to eat first or talk first? Okay. When you come back, we'll do whatever you want to do. I'm game. You want to eat first? You want to talk first? Whatever. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. 10th ranked team in the state. We won 10 in a row. We've got the Vikings coming to town. Gage Raziano more than likely to pitch today for Tennessee I, who's a dandy. They won 8 out of 9. They're 17th in the state, so it's going to be a good one tonight. Again, at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. And we'll have Coach Corn on here in just a second. So before the change, if the game went into overtime, first team that scored one is over. Now it's not going to be the case. Again, we just got approved today by the owners' meeting down in Palm Beach, Florida. Both teams will have an offensive possession, no matter if the team wins the coin toss, scores a touchdown or not. So that's basically, that's the way it should be. Both teams get a chance. You get to that point, first team that scores goes home, yes and no. So now it's not going to be the case. Both teams get a chance to get an offensive possession in overtime in the National Football League. That's the new rule that came down today. All right, baseball last night. Tyler Glasnow, 5 shutout innings for the Dodgers. They just keep on keeping on. Teoscar Hernandez goes deep with a 2-run shot. Dodgers beat the Braves 6-1. The defending champs are 6-0 for the first time since 1981. I'm sorry, 1961 when they won the World Series. No, it wasn't 1981 when they won the World Series. Atlanta 0-5 for the first time since going 0-9 in 2016. It won't continue. It's a long season, but Braves got to get a turnaround. Probably tonight will be a good shot. Chris Sale's on the mound for the Braves tonight at Dodger Stadium. So Grant Holmes gave up 4 runs, 4 hits over 4 innings in his season debut. Struck out 3 and walked 4. Not a good outing, obviously, for the starter for the Braves. Atlanta put right-hander Ronaldo Lopez on the injury list with shoulder inflammation, by the way. So he's going to be on the shelf, which is not good news. Chris Sale goes tonight for the Braves, and Dodgers right-hander Dustin May pitches in the majors for the first time since May of 2023 with Tommy John surgery. We'll see how he goes tonight for the Dodgers and Braves again in L.A. at Chavez Ravine at Dodger Stadium. That's our one regional team. The other regional team, the Reds, are red smoking hot. The Reds, again, Ellie De La Cruz, single, double, 2 home runs for a career-high 7 RBIs. Brady Singer, 7 scoreless innings. The Reds pound the Rangers without, of course, Evan Carter, who's down at AAA. They beat the Rangers 14-3 last night in Cincinnati. Singer, who was acquired in November from the Royals, became the first Reds pitcher with 7+ scoreless innings in the debut since Tom Seaver. That's a pretty good name. The late Tom Seaver did it back in June of 1977. So he struck out 8, walked 2, and allowed 1 hit. Big shot in the arm for the Cincinnati Reds. 14 runs, Cincinnati's most, since he scored 19 over the Cardinals back in 2023. So the Reds win last night. The Braves did not. We'll do it again tonight. Nathan Eovaldi goes to the Rangers, and it'll be Carson Spears will go for the Reds. Mr. Baseball will be here in a few minutes. Greg Snyder to talk Major League Baseball and run down the entire what's going on with the Braves and what's happening, what's not. But you lose, of course, your guy in the outfield for 80 days for performance-enhancing drugs, which is huge. We'll let him talk about that. Lopez goes on the shelf, which is not good for the Braves. So things aren't going well right now for the Atlanta Braves, to say the least. Hello, Becky Muncie down in Union County. How you doing, lady? They gave you the high school baseball schedule for today and tomorrow softball, or today, I should say, for baseball and softball. We'll get Coach Corn in. One game yesterday on the turf, DB beat Westridge 10-2, so they went and played them in the rain, and Dobbins went to beat Westridge 10-2. Here's who's playing today in baseball. Chuck, you want to check. Well, I would think a lot of these fields are going dry out with the wind and a day's worth of drying out. Chucky Oak will play 2 at Hampton today. North Green will play University High. They'll be played at Crockett. Concord Christian playing 2 at Providence Academy. You've got Claiborne at Greenville, South Green at West Green, Crockett at Sullivan East, Dobbinson at Westridge again today, Daniel Boone at Science Hill, Tennessee High at Elizabethton. It is the 6 o'clock first pitch, Coach. We're going to 6 today. Or 7. 7. So, all right, so I did get it right. It's 5 o'clock Thursday in Science Hill. It's 7 o'clock tonight. We're going there at 6:40 to broadcast tonight, video and audio. Gate City will be at Cherokee today, Claiborne to Greenville, Johnson County to Happy Valley, Unicoi County goes to Madison County, North Carolina to odd duck today, odd team out in the 5-team league, and Granger volunteers the other side of the equation. Crockett at Sullivan East, Cyclones hosting Tennessee High. We're red hot. We won 10 straight. They're red hot. They won 8 out of 9. We're 10th in the state. They're 17th in the state. Going to be a heck of a matchup tonight. I would assume, purely an assumption, because I don't know yet, but Gage Graziano, we'll see him one of the 2 days. He's a stud pitcher for Tennessee High. They'll either see Rowland or we'll see Slagle from the Cyclones. It's going to be a great one. Again, Isaac Fletcher running the camera. We're going there again at 6:40. First pitch at 7 o'clock tonight. The Cyclones and the Tennessee High Vikings from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. Quick break. We'll be right back. Coach Corns here, the head coach of the Elizabethton baseball team. Red smoking hot. We won 10 in a row. It's exciting. We're ranked 10th in the state. It's exciting. A lot of baseball left, but it looks good and sounds good on April the 1st. And it's not an April Fool's joke. This is true. We won 10 in a row, and we're 10th in the state. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk to Coach Corns, Elizabethton baseball coach, and the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brummett Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brummett Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummettSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. And back to the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Look, you stopped by our first time we've had him on the show. We're going to have him on a lot this year. We're going to get him in because he has to step away from class. Little Rick down in Pensacola, Florida. What's the weather like down in Pensacola today, my friend? I'd love to know. How is it on the beach with your big old toe and the white sand and the blue water in Pensacola? So I know some folks went down there last week on spring break from up here. So hello, Rick. Thanks for watching. Little Darlene Price, little Becky Muncie down in Union County. That will be J.D. Hooks' grandmama. She'll get a chance to watch him tonight. 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. 10 in a row, sir. We're rolling. We're cooking.
I don't know if that's just how the ball bounces and it's been bouncing on the favorable side or if we're getting better, Tommy. Either way, that 10-0 is better than 0-10.
Absolutely. 10 straight we won. Now, we know this. We talked about this last time I had on the broadcast. Anytime you change a job, I know back when I was in radio, they would tell you when you change a job to get acclimated to the job, the people, give yourself about a 6-week window. Learn the people, learn the job, learn everything. So, such is the case here. New coach, you got to learn them, they got to learn you, and so you are learning, obviously. And so they're responding to what you're doing, and you're responding to what they're doing. So it looks like you guys are kind of meshing up pretty good.
Well, you hope so, and we knew there was going to be a learning curve on both sides. I knew that I was going to be able to or need to change some techniques and methods that I've been doing for 25 years, and if I was going to apply those here to our program, and I need to do it in an expedited way, Tom. We don't have all the time in the world to get these guys on the same page. So really the hat's off to those young men adapting to me, because I think that will be a much harder probably piece of this puzzle than me adapting the game, because the game's still the same.
Yep. You still catch and throw and hit it, right? Doesn't change. Of course, you came down from the college level. So is it different implementing the Mike Corn system from college to high school kids?
It is, because the time frame. You have, especially at a smaller town, smaller school like Elizabethton, we have so many 2- and 3-way players. You just don't get to spend the amount of time with them as you do at the college level. And even with the practice regulations, you just get all fall with your entire team to implement some of the little things that makes your team different from the rest. So you have to pick and choose and prioritize, and that's probably the biggest difference. And again, when you do get those guys back from football, you have a teaching window there, and then you get your basketball guys back, and there's another window. So there's some overlap there, and you're having to go over some things multiple times to hopefully to get it to show up on the field.
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet here at Pizza Inn, where we are in Elizabeth, and $11.99 every day, all day, 18 pizzas. I mean, you can't find something out there that's your fault. They got soups, they got salads, they got dessert pizzas, they got the pastas, they got the Alfredos, they got rotini noodles, they got spaghetti, all that for every day. $11.99. Senior discount $8.99. It is kids' night tonight. Coming up tonight, you have kids' night for $2.99 with an adult purchase from 4 until 9 o'clock. All the kids can eat. That'd be a good way to mom and dad to skip having to cook tonight at home. As a matter of fact, come over here and eat early and come down to the ballpark. Get ready to watch a good one. 10th ranked Elizabethton, 17th ranked Tennessee I. We've won 10 in a row. They won 8 out of 9. They can play. We can play. We'll have a great guy on the mound tonight. They'll have, I would assume, Gage Graziano. I don't know who their other guy is, but they've got a great pitching staff. And Preston Roberts called his games when he played at Dobbins Minutes, so he learned from a good one, and Mike Ritz, so he knows what he's doing. Obviously, Tennessee I. This gentleman knows what he's doing. We're excited to have him and glad to have him here. So it's going to be a great one. A lot of baseball. The same two teams will play tomorrow in Bristol. So it's church night. We won't be here tomorrow night, but we will be back Thursday when Science Hill comes to town. So that'll be another good one for us. We got a lot of baseball between now and the tournament. So, but we take them one at a time. So tonight, Graziano, who's the other kid they've got?
I'm not sure who they'll go. They're a young team. Preston's got a young bunch, but it's one of those teams that have a tremendous amount of athletic ability. They're coached extremely well. Top to bottom, and we'll have our hands full, Tom, no matter who they put on that mound. And I think just from being in the league, coaches pick and choose, not necessarily match up player to player, but from my understanding, ballpark to ballpark. Because when you come to Elizabeth and you're playing in Yosemite, and you go over to Unicoi County, and every fly ball you think is going out of the ballpark.
Yep.
So the parks are different, and from my understanding, talking to Coach Diaz and Coach Copeland and Coach Bembry, some of the other teams kind of match their pitching up to the ballpark. So I don't know who we'll see tonight. And really, that's way down the list of priorities for me as a coach. I'm worried about those Cyclones, and can we do what we need to do? Can we throw the ball over the plate? Can we put it in play? That's the most important part for me.
From a ballpark standpoint, clearly, our ballpark's the biggest one in the league. Crockett, Unicoi County, of course, Tennessee, Haynesville Park, and then Sullivan East. So ours is the biggest, and he's exactly right. how you would get yourself ready for our field, because you can get one out there and it can roll for days.
Sure.
And other ballparks, as you said, it's a long fly ball. It can more times not be a home run. So, no pun intended. You have to tailor your pitching staff to the ballpark you're in. Either way, it's going to be a good one tonight. You look at how good this league is. We're 10th in the state. They are 17th in the state. Unicoi County is 19th in the state. So 3 of the 5 teams in our league are ranked in the state in 3A baseball. It's quite a compliment for our league.
Absolutely, and Tennessee High themselves have been traditionally right on top of this group since they dropped down from the I guess the old Big Ten, or I don't know what it was the last time they were in there with Kingsport and those guys, but they have been the team to beat over the last however many years. Elizabethton's had some great years mixed in there. So just the entire league, anytime you go out there, of course, we've seen East and we've seen Crockett. Those teams can beat anyone on any particular day. No one team is going to run away with this league this year.
So you look at our team, it's a young baseball team. You've got, again, 5 seniors, 5 juniors, you got 16 freshmen, and you got 6 sophomores, and the young guys are contributing. And you have no qualms throwing these young guys out there in the heat of the battle.
No, not at all. And that's how you build a program. These guys are program guys, and if they're good enough to be in that lineup as a freshman or a sophomore, that's just going to pay dividends for us here in a couple of years. And they're holding themselves to a higher standard, coming right out of middle school. Sometimes you don't understand maybe how big these games are for the community, and these guys, I have nothing but good things to say. They're ready to compete, and it means something to them, and they've jumped right in and plugged some holes.
Speaking of middle school, our great middle school coach is watching. Hello, Coach Harden. How you doing, sir? Up at T.A. Duggar, and so he feeds you the kids for the program. He does a great job up there.
It makes all the difference in the world. When you have good coaches down the line, whether it's Coach Harden at middle school, you have the Junior Cyclone program, that's what allows us to do the things what we're doing up here. Without that feeder system, without that support system, with those good coaches, these guys wouldn't be where they are today.
So you won 10 in a row. We've been there for some of them. Of course, you went on spring break down in the middle of Tennessee. Really did well. Came back with 3 great quality wins. So what's been the key so far? Is it the pitching, the hitting, a little bit of everything? Well, what do you feel like got us 10 in a row?
Yeah, I think it's being pretty good in those big 3. If you throw strikes, you put the ball in play, you're going to have a chance. And then the other components playing good defense. And when you do 2 out of 3, you typically have a chance, and we went down there and had a good 3-game run. We threw a ton of strikes. That was probably the big reason down there that we had some success. Just Carter Reese and Elijah Ambrose and Carson Atkinson, Cole Krawczyk, Seth Holly, those guys just filled up the strike zone down there. And when you do that, the defense stays on their toes. They're going to make some plays they might not normally make if it's just ball 1, ball 2, strike 1, those types of bats. And so we kind of put a complete effort in down there in Murfreesboro.
6:40 airtime tonight, 7 o'clock first pitch. We come early. The JVs play at 4:30, right?
4:30. That's so awesome to be this close, where we get that JV game started early and let those guys get the reps in. Of course, we have a bunch of guys that play both, and I don't even really use the term JV within the team. Hey, we got game 1 and game 2, or game 2 and game 1. Well, we're one program, Tom, and that's the way I look at it with these guys.
So you look at the players of the game. We had the privilege of doing the 2 games at Crockett at home and away. Again, thanks to Josh Kite down at Crockett. I want to say thanks and roll out the red carpet for us so we can come down and broadcast the game and stream it for you, and we did. Had a ton of views, and we appreciate that. Our players of the game have been those 2 games. We had Bugs Meadows both games, Alistair Sunder both games, Red Slego had the home run at our place, crushed it out of the ballpark, the big ballpark. He was the player of the game, and also Justin Whitehead. So these guys, they all get free buffets here at Pizza Inn, and they get a free steam sandwich from Port Travis. They also get a free drink from Tuffy's Cafe. So these guys are racking up, and so you're seeing a lot of repeat kids, but, I'm a big fan of Sumner. He's only a freshman. This kid plays like he's a senior, like one of his veins.
He's come out big for us in several situations. Some of those were two strike at bats, where in today's game, in today's world, where strikeouts are just another way to get out, which I don't necessarily agree with, especially at our level. he's done just a great job with 2 strikes of fighting some pitches off and putting the ball in play. And if you roll it out there, there's some good things can happen.
So the obvious question I'll ask you, and I ask every coach every time I have on, grade your team right now, A, B, C, or D, worst Cyclone baseball.
Gosh, I think there's always, room for improvement, and it's probably the largest room in the world, Tom. But I think we're a solid C+, B-, and coach, you've won 10 in a row. Well, sometimes you win games, but you're still not doing some things that internally that you wanted to do. And there's a couple small things that we need to improve. And when I say C+, that's not a knock on our guys whatsoever. I just am that confident that we have room to improve. And they know that, and we need to stay hungry. We need to remember how those first 4 losses felt as a coaching staff and as a team. And hey, we don't want to have that feeling again. So I just think there's some room there for us to grow, and some of it's throwing strikes on the mound. And the big improvement, Tom, is defense. We need to be just more efficient on defense and getting off the field when we need to.
Every one of the kids I brought up are players of the game. On the home games, we bring them up. On the road games, we get them on the bus, get them back home, and they understand that. But we still give the award out. But the kids I brought up on the home games, every one of them I said, have we peaked out? And they said, oh, no, sir. We're not even, no. We got a lot better baseball we can be playing, so they know that, too.
Yeah, and you don't want to peak. I mean, you don't want to peak at this time. And just because you're winning games, on the outside looking in, like, man, they're playing their best baseball. But there's some runs on the board we're leaving out there. There's certainly some outs defensively that we're leaving hanging out there, which is costing our pitchers pitch count. And in this high school game where pitch count matters and the management of that matters, it can put us in a tough situation when we don't make that third out with that routine play to get that guy out of that inning with 13 pitches rather than 23 pitches. Mm-hmm. So that's certainly an area that we need to improve.
Both teams are 4-0 in conference play. We have outscored our conference opponents 33-25. They've outscored their conference opponents 33-11. You kind of see the telltale tape. There's going to be 2 juggernauts meeting tonight. If you get a chance, come out and watch it. Probably want to wear a sweatshirt. When the sun goes down on the river, it'll be a little cool. There's going to be great baseball on the field. It's going to be hot on the field between the stripes. You got 2 teams. Cyclones 4-0, 10th in the state, won 10 in a row. Tennessee I 4-0. They won 8 out of the last 9. They're ranked 17th in the state. So it's going to be a great matchup tonight. Same 2 teams tomorrow in Bristol. And then the way the schedule falls, they come back one more time. They come back late in the season. Everybody plays each other one more time, and they'll come to our place again.
I think so. I think we go to East and maybe go to Crockett, and then maybe Unicoi and Tennessee High are at our place. I can't remember exactly what that is, but we play everybody one more time, 2 on the road and 2 at home. So
yeah, they'll come back April the 22nd to our place.
Yeah.
So a lot of baseball. I'm not sure it's a halfway point. We're getting close. It's hard to believe we're talking, getting ready to turn the corner, head down the stretch. But this baseball team is exciting. Games I've called against Crockett, both games have gone either way. They've come behind, found a way to win. So that tells you a lot about their tenacity, does it not?
Yeah, and it's a grow. It helps us grow as a team and as individuals. When these young men get in these so-called high-pressure situations, they learn how to manage it. Even if they fail early on in the season, if you can get them in those opportunities where the game's on the line and it means something, come tournament time, they've been there before, and they're going to be better to handle it emotionally. And that's usually the obstacle or what gets in our players' ways. Any player, our player, another player, is the emotional component of it. These kids are young kids and a lot going on in their mind and in their heart, and then you're out there playing that game that you love, and everybody's watching you. So they get better at handling those situations, and doesn't mean they'll come through every time, but come tournament time, it's good to see somebody at that plate that that's been there.
Last question before I let you go. Tell me, because you've been around sports all your life, how does baseball, the peaks and the valleys, the highs and the lows, how does that translate these guys going through adversity now? How do you carry that over in the game of life when they graduate?
I mean, there's going to be failures. Every day is not full of sunshine and lollipops.
Amen.
And them learning, again, the emotional component of it, as you mature, being able to match the emotion to the situation at hand. When it's time to be tough, be tough. When it's time to be gentle, be gentle. When it's time to be quiet, be quiet. And those are all lessons they learn here in this game, being a part of something bigger than themselves, and we're in this world together. We want these young men to come out, Tom, and make Elizabethton a better community when they graduate. And how do you do that? You go about this life in a mature Christian manner, and you can make the place around you better than when you found it.
You're having fun, aren't you?
I love it. I love these guys. I love this town, Tom. I'm so appreciative of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and what you do for this community. There's no place I'd rather be.
It's awesome. Love the orange and black, folks. This man's come on board, hit the ground running, and whether he's lost 10 in a row, won 10 in a row, he's here. He's happened to be win 10 in a row. It's a good thing, but we're glad he's here, and he is taking the baton from Coach Presnell and running with it. Big shoes to fill, and he's doing it. So it's good to be a Cyclone. Again, 7 o'clock tonight. Come early for game one, the JV, right around 4:30. Game one, we'll say JV, or we'll say game one at 4:30. You're right. It's a good way to look at it. It's not a subsidiary.
It is not.
It's all one program. We all bleed orange and black here. And so game one at 4:30, game two at 7. We'll go on air with game two at 6:40. Isaac Fletcher, what a great kid. He called me up and said, "Can I come run the camera tonight?" Yeah. I mean, you want kids. These are high school kids running the camera. They want to come be a part of what's going on. And I appreciate that very much. So hope you'll be with us. 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch, Cyclones and the Tennessee Vikings. Two great programs, two great coaches, two great schools, two great communities. We picked them up in football this year, which is great. We should have been playing them all along, as far as I'm concerned. What a great home and away. We'll go to the Stone Castle in game 2, and they'll come to our place next year. So it's good. It's good. Coach, get you some lunch. See you tonight at the ballpark. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
You got it. Appreciate this gentleman a lot. I've worked with him for 3 or 4 weeks. I have the utmost respect for Coach Corn. I get it. We're glad we got it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. Mr. Baseball joins us coming up in a few minutes. Our weekly guy comes in and talks about the Bigs. Got some Braves are struggling, but it's 162 games. Let's don't push the panic button quite yet. We're okay. And the Reds are playing well, the 2 regional teams. We'll talk about that and more after this time out from Ivy Hall Nursing Home. You're watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Pizza Inn in Elizabeth.
One of our great sponsors on Cyclone Football, again, the great folks at Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Joseph Taylor, tell us what it's all about.
Yes, sir. We specialize in short-term rehab or long-term care. We accept all major insurances. We accept Medicare, Medicaid. What we really love is people that come in that have had a knee replacement, hip replacement, come to Ivy Hall for some inpatient rehab. We have physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We have a full-time respiratory therapist. And Tom, you can see I'm a big guy, so you know I like food. I know good food, and Ivy Hall specializes in home-cooked meals, three good meals a day. You can catch me every day right at the door getting my tray myself.
There you go. That's awesome. How do we find out more about Ivy Hall on social media?
Yes, sir. We have a Facebook page, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook, or a website, ivyhallnursinghome.com.
One of our great sponsors, folks. Glad to have them on board. Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. You're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club Savings Account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bmycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club Savings Account for Christmas 2024
Yes.
from Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
And back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Let's get to the verse today. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. We don't back down that at all. In fact, somebody told me today, said, you talk about the Lord a lot on your show. I said, yeah, I do. Hope it's okay with you, because if it's not, that's okay too. For all he's done for me, the least I can do is take 10 seconds to read a Bible verse. Come on now. So here we go. 2 Peter 3:9 says, the Lord does not delay, is not tardy or slow by what he promises, according to some people's conception of slowness. But he is long-suffering, amen, extraordinarily patient with you and me, not designed that any should perish, but that all should turn to repentance. How about that? The Lord does not delay, is not tardy or slow about what he promises, according to some people's conception of slowness, but is long-suffering, which means extraordinarily patient towards you and me, not desiring that any should perish, but that all should turn to repentance. 2 Peter 3:9 verse today on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. All right, here's your top. Let me give you the top 25 in high school baseball in the state of Tennessee in 3A. Number 1 team is Hardin County. At number 2 is the Greenville Green Devils. That's a real shocker. They're good. It's amazing to me. I'll talk about this with Brad Woolsey, Victory basketball, the athletic director. They're good in everything. And that's no knock on them, and I'm not being smart aleck. They're good in everything. I mean, there's not any sport you could tell me that's down in Greenville they don't excel in one way, shape, or form. They're number 2 in the state in baseball. Anderson County, number 3, Creekwood, number 4, Mumford, number 5, South Gibson, number 6, and number 7 on Alice Page. Crockett County's 8, 9 is Dyer County, and right there at number 10 in the state are the Orange and Black of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Tullahoma, number 11. 12th is Gibbs. Carter's 13th, Jackson Southside's 14th, 15th right now in the state. In 3 baseball, Chester County. Lawrence County 16th. The team we'll see tonight, the Tennessee High Vikings, the Preston Roberts, they can play. They're 17th in the state. The Upperman Bees are 18th. Unicoi County 19th, rounding out the top 20 in high school baseball. In 3A statewide are Seymour. Then you have Ottawa, Soddy Daisy, McNairy Central, Dixon County, and Knox Falls are your top 25 in the state. Again, Elizabethton this week at number 10. Tennessee High number 17, Unicoi County number 19. That will tell you, of course, how good this league is. The league looks like this. Elizabethton and Tennessee High at 4-0 in the Upper Lakes Conference. Unicoi County at 3-3, Crockett at 1-5, and Sullivan East right now at 0-4 in league play. In District 2, by the way, Greenville is not the number 1 team, which is interesting. Cherokee's undefeated at 6-0. Greenville's at 4-0. Then comes Volunteer, Claiborne, and the Granger Grizzlies in that order. So there you go. As we told you, Tennessee High has won 8 out of 9. We've won 10 straight. We'll collide tonight again at 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll do that again from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. All right, the lunch is $11.99. All you can eat here at the Pizza Inn. This back room's filled up. I love it. $11.99. That's every day. The nighttime is $12.99 for dinner. You couldn't make it for $11.99. Coach over eating some pizza, getting a drink. You couldn't go by to make the dough from Food City and all the toppings for $11.99. You couldn't do it. For 18 pizzas at any given time on the buffet, plus the soups, plus the salads, plus the pastas, rotini noodles, spaghetti noodles, and Alfredo, all for $11.99, plus chocolate pudding. Ooh, that's the best part of it, chocolate pudding. Mariah's back here working the tables back here tonight, and we appreciate her very much. Senior discount's $8.99. Again today, Tuesday, it's Kids Night. From 4 to 9, parents come in with a paying adult. Kids get to eat for $2.99. All they can throw down. It's a good deal, folks. And all that's right here at Pizza Inn Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. All right, college basketball, the fallout continues. Kevin Willard gone as the coach of the Maryland Terrapins. Also, Jacoby Gillespie from Greenville. Rodney Rice entering the transfer portal. Kevin Willard leaving to go to Villanova. They are not happy with him in Maryland. Let's just say that. They are not happy campers how he bolted, how he's run the school down, ran the program down as he's leaving. So I wouldn't think that there's going to get any kind of a Christmas card from the Maryland fan base the way he's done things. So anyway, he's gone. So they finished 27-9, lost to Florida in the Sweet 16. The Terrapins, they lose. They call themselves the Crab Five, and so nobody from that Crab Five is staying. They're all leaving. So, which is interesting because all 5 starters averaged at least 12 points a game. Nobody else in Division I basketball could brag about that. So that's how good these guys were. They're all leaving. So Gillespie transferred to Maryland after spending 2 years at Belmont. He averaged 15 points a game. He's from Greenville, of course. You know all about Jacoby Gillespie. So he's up for running. And who's to say he wouldn't land in Knoxville for the Tennessee Volunteers? It'd be a pretty good pickup for Rick Barnes to pick up Jacoby Gillespie. We'll see what happens. Also, speaking of Knoxville, Kim Caldwell got a pay raise for what she did, and she did a great job in the first year. As she said, she spent all her time trying to prove people wrong as what she did and how good they were. And now she said, the program's going forward. She's got 5 McDonald's All-Americans coming to town for the new season, so she got herself a pay raise, and I think deservedly so. Some don't, but I do. But I'm partial because I like the old girl. She's from West Virginia. From little old Glenville, West Virginia was probably not much bigger than maybe Irwin, maybe Unicoi. It's not a very big place at all, but small town. And then she went from there to Marshall. Now she's at UT and doing a great job. So she gets a pay raise. Kim Caldwell for the Lady Ball coaching. Buzz Williams wants that job, by the way, in Maryland. Who does not have an agent, is representing himself. He's been to the Big East at Marquette. He's been to Virginia Tech in the ACC. He's coached down the SEC at Texas A&M. All that's left is the Big 10 and the Big 12 for him to go through all 5 conferences. What he really wants, he's built 4 straight 21-1 teams at Texas A&M. He's gone to the NCAA tournament 6 times in the last 9 years. Of course, right now Maryland's kind of a dumpster fire, but he wants to go there. He is lobbying hot and heavy to be the new coach for the Maryland Terrapins. I have not checked to see if that's happened since we went on the air. I'll check on that during the break, but he wants to be a Maryland Terrapin head coach, Buzz Williams, and so we'll see what happens. But you could do a whole lot worse, obviously. So we'll see. Hey, we're live here at Pizza Inn, getting ready for baseball night. Again, 6:40 airtime. Cyclones and the Tennessee Vikings, number 10 in the state, Elizabethton, number 17 in the state, Tennessee. 2 great programs. Can't wait to be there, quite frankly. I'm jacked up. It's a big game early in this conference race. We say early because I'm looking at the schedule. You go all the way through April the 28th. We've got 3 more weeks of baseball, a lot of baseball, before we get into the tournament. So I am very excited. Hello to Beverly Durham. That's a brand new name. Tom Books, that's a brand new name. Thank you all for being here. So we got baseball tonight. Number 10, Elizabeth, number 17 ranked Tennessee. It'll be a good one. 6:40 airtime and 7 o'clock first pitch from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. He's here. Mr. Baseball's in the house. What is wrong with the Atlanta Braves? We'll see. They got problems. Wow. Lopez, you got your man getting an 80-day suspension for PED in the outfield, which is huge. Jurickson is on the shelf. We got the Reds playing some red-hot baseball. We've got a lot to talk about, and we'll do that right after this break. We're here live at Pizza Inn on show number 2557. Did you see that? 2257, rather, of the Tom Baylor Sports Show, live from Pizza Inn in Elizabethton.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
This is Pastor Mark Fowler, and we want to invite you to be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church sometime soon. And we're thankful for what God is doing, and we've had visitors almost every week. We have so many people that God is using His Word to accomplish a work in their life. And we want you to come. Now, I think about our society today, and there's a lot of talk about the negative aspects and generations and what's missing and what we're going to do and how do we face this social issue and how do we face that social issue. And that is always the buzz. And if we're not careful, we talk like God doesn't have an answer. 2 Timothy chapter 3, we looked at the other night together in our church, and it reminds us that yes, in the last days, there's going to be some difficult things come, dangerous times, but the antidote is always God's Word. And so what we're trying to do is to provide Bible answers for today's tough questions. And we're building Believers by the Book. So we want your family to come. We're thankful to have a Sunday school hour and a junior church and master clubs and a youth group and all those things going on. But what we're trying to accomplish is to get the Word of God into the hearts and minds of God's people.
And back with the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Look who showed up. He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Baseball. I like that. You like that? I like that. Yeah. What an intro. Mr. Baseball. Let me get you up on the screen. Boom. There he is.
There he is.
Greg Salyer, Mr. Baseball. Cyclone Baseball again, 6:40 tonight, 7 o'clock first pitch. Can't wait. Wish I was there now. I'm ready to bring it to you. I get excited these games. Baseball. Coach Warren's got them playing 10 in a row. Tennessee High's won 8 out of 9. We're 10th in the state. They're 17th in the state.
Good game.
Oh, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I even bring him a propane heater up there in the press box. When the sun goes down, it may be a little cool. So,
yeah.
Coach is still sitting there wolfing him down some lunch, which I love. But the pizza and buffet, you're going to wolf, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's just terrible. Is your mother watching?
Yeah, she's watching.
She's going to say, Tom, you'll say ain't.
I'm going to go partake as soon as we get off. As soon as I get off the air.
When I get off there, I'm going to wolf it down, too. Those rotini noodles with some white Alfredo sauce on them, will absolutely wear them out.
Have you had that like cheeseburger pizza?
Yes.
That is delicious.
Oh, yes. Oh.
That is so good.
And the blueberries, got a blueberry dessert pizza over there.
Oh, yeah, that's good, too.
And then how can you go wrong with chocolate pudding? When I've come in here before and just got a plate of chocolate pudding with a spoon. It's like, what else you want? I'm eating it. That's all I want. Chocolate pudding. It's great for your waist. It's great for your diets.
Yeah.
Hello to Pam Himmler. Hello to Becky Muncie. Hello to Rick 80, A-D-E-E. Gabriel, that's a new name, and I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry about that. I can say Steve Penley. Thank you, Steve Penley, for watching. We're here live at Pizza in Elizabeth. The buffet is $11.99. All you can eat. 18 pizzas out there on the buffet at any given time. Salads and soups. Wow, you couldn't begin to try and make it for $11.99. And then at nighttime, it's only $12.99. Come eat all you want. So senior buffet is $8.99. And again, tonight is kids' night. Every Tuesday is kids' night from 4 to 9. With the paying it all kids eat for $2.99. Wear it out. So there you go. All right, we're going to start with the obvious.
Okay.
Everybody's on suicide watch in the Atlanta Braves, and so it appears. With there's obviously some concern. They're not hitting the ball at all. They got beat in last night, only scored 1 run. So Lopez now on the shelf. That's a big hit.
That's a big blow.
Jurickson 80-day suspension. That is a huge hit. So Brian Snitker's earning his money as the manager of the Braves. What's wrong with Atlanta right now?
Yeah, well, it could be they've started off the season playing the Padres and they went to Los Angeles after that. That could be the problem, too. The hottest teams in baseball, both of those teams are undefeated.
Yeah.
So that could be part of the problem. They just got up against some really, really tough competition. But, I mean, yeah, so the injury is bad. I mean, shoulder surgery – for Lopez, that's not good, and it's going to be a while before he's back, and you don't like hearing that, but that's how it is. Now, the Jurickson Profar thing, man, that's just a blow because he's the guy they went out and got. They signed him as a free agent. to fill that outfield spot that they needed, which they needed that spot filled. I mean, they really did. And they went out and got Jurickson Profar as a free agent, and then this happens, and they lose him for 80 games, half the season. Plus, I mean, here's what you got to remember about that, and I texted you this as well. Because of the PD suspension, if the Braves make the playoffs, he's out for the playoffs.
He's ineligible.
Yeah, he doesn't get to play in the playoffs.
So they basically lost him for the year. We come right down.
Pretty much. I mean, they're going to have him half the season, but still, but he won't be available if they make the playoffs. So yeah, that's a blow. And plus, he's got to stay sharp for those 80 games. It's hard to do.
So if you're the Braves management, now you're looking, okay, we need an outfielder. We got one. Now we don't have one for 80 games. We go out there. They got who to get?
So they went out and got Stuart Fairchild. They signed him to a minor league contract. The Reds DFA'd him, and they might have had to give the Reds some cash or something for him. I think is what it was. But they went out and got him. And
who's the other guy? Verdugo.
Alex Verdugo. Yeah, they got him from the Yankees as well. And so Verdugo's a quality outfielder. I mean, he's a good guy that I think can fill that role. But he's going to have to – he's not been able to be in spring training.
So if you're Braves management, what do? Do you go out and look? Do you shop for somebody else? I mean, you got to find somebody to fill that hole. You got somebody down on the farm.
You're either going to have to count on somebody down on the farm because they did get Verdugo and they did get Stuart Fairchild. So they do have a couple guys that they think they can plug in. Verdugo is probably more of the answer there than Fairchild, but they're going to have to probably look at their farm system as well and see what's there. And they're going to have to count on some guys coming through this year that maybe didn't come through as much last year.
We're talking to Mr. Baseball, Greg Sider. We're live here again at Pete's Inn. Hello to Gene Sanders. Hello to Christopher Dimas, D-I-M-A-S. Gabriel. Hello to Gene Hampton, Gene Sanders, Becky Muncie, Pam Britt, Cindy Jenkins, Angie Wilhoit, my buddy Angie Thickus Wilhoit, the pride. She is known as the Piney Flats Flash. That's what we call Wilhoit. She's a piece of work, yeah. She's a big-time star at Solon East back in the day. Got a little girl plays pretty good softball and basketball for the Lady Vikings, and so she watches all the time. It's going to be a great game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm jacked up.
Yeah.
As you can tell. I'm pretty keyed up. It's going to be a great game. High school baseball. Going to be a little cool tonight. I think it's great baseball weather. Really like this and just sweat rolling down your back. So we'll be good tonight. 7 o'clock air. Our first pitch going there at 6:40. Video and audio. So the Braves are struggling. On the flip side, the Reds are playing some pretty good baseball right now.
Yeah, so they lost 2 out of 3 to San Francisco at home, and really one of those games they had won, and it was just not the inning, a blown save that cost them the game, which was unfortunate. But they played Texas last night, and really the bats showed up in a big way last night. So Matt McLean's hit a home run in his last 3 games, so He's got 3 home runs on the season, 1 in each game for the last 3 games. Ellie De La Cruz hit 2 last night and really came up to bat late in the game, just needing a triple for the cycle, which a triple is not a problem for Ellie De La Cruz.
No, with his speed.
But he just decided to hit the ball about 432 feet instead of go for the triple and put the Reds up. I think at that point it was 14-0, and ended up beating the Texas Rangers 14-3 last night.
Let's look at the standings. The American League Yankees are 3-0. The Rays are 3-1. Orioles are 3-2. Blue Jays are 3-2. Red Sox out of the gate 1-4. Not good in Boston. Our boy Rafael Devers, dud. How about that? Yeah, dud. I'm so tickled he's doing bad the way he treated that team. I know that sounds terrible, but he just
3 more strikeouts last night.
Yeah, I love it.
So I texted you his numbers before last night's game. And he keeps setting records because in his first 4 games of the season, he had 12 strikeouts and was 0 for 16. Now he is, I think, 0 for 20.
Love it.
With 15 strikeouts. So
Love it.
3 more strikeouts last night. And that once again, he set a record. He's done something no one else has done since at least 1901, which is strike out
Love it.
15 times in the first 4 games of the season.
Look, the way he say it again, struck out.
He struck out 15 times in the first 4 games of the season.
Now, this is the guy who won't take his spring training. Didn't want to do it. Remember, Bregman came over. They brought him in to play third base. Devers says, I'm not leaving. I'm not giving up third base. I'm working on my shoulder, getting ready for the 162-game season. I've been working out. I'm not ready to go. Didn't play. I don't know if he played any spring training. Wasn't much. Wasn't much.
He played some.
So now you come out of the gate, look what you get. You got a guy you're paying boatloads of money to, ain't getting it done, and it's, it is what it is. But again, Devers and the Red Sox are 1-4 coming out of the gate. White Sox in that Central, a very vanilla division. White Sox, Guardians, Royals right now 2-2. Tigers 1-3. Twins 0-4. Now, when you're the Twins or the Braves and you haven't won a game yet, I mean, does everybody start getting antsy?
Yeah, they're getting a little antsy at this point, but it's still early. It's still early. They're going to start winning. They're going to win a streak. Both of those teams are going to win a streak at some point. But yeah, they're probably getting a little antsy. Who would have thought the White Sox would be in first place at any point during the season?
Yeah.
Here that's where they are, 2-2, early in the season, but they're playing 500 ball. Also, we was talking about Boston. Did you see that they signed Garrett Crochet?
Broke the bank.
Yeah, like $170 million.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a big move for them as well.
So he went from a dud White Sox to go to the Red Sox making buku's money. Crochet did. In the West, the Angels lead right now 3-1. Rangers 3-2. Astros 2-2. A's are 2-3. Mariners 2-3. So the Angels out of the gate. I love seeing them do good.
Yeah, me too.
And they haven't, but I love to see them do good. They typically don't. It's early, obviously, and so these are, just for talking's sake.
Yeah, we want to see Mike Trout do well.
That's what.
We want to see him in the playoffs.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but we'd love to see him in the playoffs.
Hello to Sandra Rambo. Hello to Jeremy Sims. Hello to Angie Loach. Hello to Luann Drager. Hope I'm saying your all's names right. Certainly not meaning to mispronounce them if I do. That's not my goal. You're nice enough to watch. All right, let's go to the National League. In the East, the Phillies lead at 3-1. Marlins are 3-2. Mets are 2-2. Nationals are 1-3. And the Braves, we said, are 0-5. But long season, let's don't jump off the cliff yet. Central, the Cardinals 3-1. The Reds 2-2. The Cubs are 3-4. Pirates are 1-4. The Brewers haven't won a game yet. They're 0-4. And they got lit up on the Yankees. It was like batting practice.
It was.
Holy smokes.
They scored 9 runs in that game and still got blown out.
I watched the highlight packages and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? It must look like a beach ball coming in.
Yeah.
Those guys were waiting on it. They just teed off on it. Good night.
9 home runs in that game for the Yankees. Won the game 20-9.
So if you Brave fans going, what's wrong with the Braves? Greg's point's well taken. The Dodgers and Padres combined are 11-0. They haven't lost a game yet, either team. That's who they played. Giants are 3-1. Diamondbacks are 2-2. The Rockies are 1-3. So you look, we've not talked for a couple of weeks. Nolan Arenado, is he still with the Cardinals?
He's still with the Cardinals. Got a standing ovation on opening day. The fans love him there, and I think they want to keep him. Don't know what management wants to do. We thought they were going to trade him. They didn't.
They didn't, no.
They just didn't get the right deal, I guess. But, but he is a fan favorite because, let's face it, the guy's a future Hall of Famer. I think even now we could say that about him. And he's still got some life left in him.
Cubs catcher last night, Carson Kelly hit for the circuit, or hit for the cycle, rather. First guy to do it since Mark Grace did it way back in the day. And so, back in the 80s, yeah. So, Cubs made some big off-season acquisitions. Think will pay off for them?
Yeah, so they got Kyle Tucker. That's the big one, I think. And yeah, I think that was a great move for them. They needed to replace Cody Bellinger, and Kyle Tucker was the guy they decided to put into that role. And I watched part of the game last night against the A's. It was a late game, but I watched part of it because I wanted to see what the stadium was like in Sacramento. It's part of why I wanted to watch that. And it's going to be functional for the A's. I mean, they're going to probably have a lot of sellouts because it seats well over 14,000.
Oh.
So
sounds so corny.
They're going to have a lot of sellouts. They had one last night, but it was their home opener, and and then Carson Kelly hits for the cycle.
Hits for the cycle, yeah.
In the first major league game, at least, to be played there in Sacramento. So I think I watched like the first 3 or 4 innings, and I had to go to bed. Those 10 o'clock starts, they just wear on me. So I watched about 3 innings and then went to bed. But But yeah, but it was I saw what he was doing. And I didn't, at that point I didn't think, okay, he's going to hit for the cycle, but he ended up doing it. So good for him.
The Mets experiment is working with Juan Soto. How's it going so far?
Yeah, so Juan Soto, I think he's hit 1 home run. He's they're getting out of him, I think, what they thought they were going to. He's sort of a streaky hitter, and let's face it, most of the time, when I say that, most of the time he's hot, and he's really hitting well. So I think that's kind of what they're going to expect from him. And maybe he's not been what they hoped to get right out of the box, but I think he's going to do well there. I mean, the guys that are around him, like Alonso had a big home run for him. I think it was last night or maybe the night before. You got Francisco Lindor in that lineup. You got those 3 guys. We're going to hear about the Mets. They're going to hang around all season.
Your division lead right now is the Philadelphia Phillies at 3-1. Are you surprised or not?
Not a bit.
Not a bit? No.
Not a bit. I love their pitching. I think they have one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball.
Oh, really?
And I think that'll Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Ranger Suarez.
A guy named Popper? No.
I can't remember but you just have those 3 guys, and you're good. I really think that they're going to be around.
I have no clue why I came up with Gopher or Topper, whatever I said, because I'm sure it's like, what do you think? What do you say? I have no clue. I'm way out on a limb. That's why we bring him in. But I remember Suarez, and I always want to say Framber Valdez, usually Astros, but you've got Suarez, you've got Nola, as you said, there's another guy they went and got.
Yeah.
You got Zach Wheeler, who played in Kingsport at one point for the Met organization, Kingsport Mets back in the day.
Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah, that's who I
That's
thought
who
of.
they got, yeah.
No, wasn't it? So.
And Christopher Sanchez.
That's who I was thinking, Christopher Sanchez.
Yeah.
Hello to Jennifer Mager. You're a new name. Thank you, ma'am. Hello to Jeremy Sims. Thank you. Nancy Elizabeth. Tiny Vance. That's pretty cool. Hello, Tiny. David Galley. Dan Calcutt. And let's give another new name. Thank you all for watching. Marva, M-A-R-V-A, Marva Boyce. And Greg Ogle. Thank you all for watching the show. And there's a new one popped up, Doug Fox. Thank you all for watching the show. We're here live at Pizza Inn in Elizabeth with the buffet. We got tables back here. These guys are wolfing the town with good reason. $11.99. So you're going for the cheeseburger pizza?
I am. I'll definitely have some of that. I'll try some others too, but I'm definitely having that cheeseburger pizza. You know, it's funny because it's got those pickles on top of it. But it's so good.
You know we're rednecks when 2 grown men sitting there getting excited about lunch foods. Like, yeah, we'll get cheeseburger pizza. I'm getting rotini noodles with that white Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, that's all right. We is who we is. We are who we are. Yeah. And your mother's going, they're just 2 goofballs. So that's okay.
She's probably thinking there's my son with the goofballs.
That's probably right. No, she's thinking there's 2 goofballs. So she's going, Tom, you're so goofy. So is your mom doing good?
She's doing good, yeah.
Awesome. She's a great lady. So hello, Richard Coe. There's another new name. Thank you.
We had peach cobbler at her house Sunday.
Homemade peach cobbler?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Can the woman, is there anything she's ever, I don't know if you should say this on air, is there anything she's ever cooked that was a dud that she said, no, Mom, didn't really want?
There's been a thing or 2.
Oh, okay. Let's not go down that trail. You may wear it to get there to see her. So.
No.
She wouldn't do that to you?
There's one thing, there's one dessert that she tried a couple times, and we were just like,
Nah. But the peach cobbler's a hit.
Oh, the peach cobbler's a hit. Yeah.
Do I start begging for that now instead of the
You can.
peach cobbler? Single guy. Peach cobbler. Sitting in my recliner. Cowboy movie. Peach cobbler. Ev, please. I'll tell you what. That other one she made me. Oh.
Yeah, we had it. We had it a week ago.
Oh. So peach cobbler.
So here's the funny thing. So that Cheerio cream pie that we took home with us, we took like half of it home with us, And Wendy was telling me, don't eat all of that.
That'd be his wife.
Yeah, that's my wife. She kept saying, don't eat all of that.
Yep.
And I was like, okay. So I left this one piece in there for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't eat it. So finally, I
You
went in.
snooze, you lose.
I literally went in there where she was one night, and I said, "Are you going to eat that pie?"
Oh, whatever.
I said, "Because if you're not, I'm going to go eat it right now."
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, go eat it."
You know that when you drop food on the board, the old 5-second rule,
Yeah.
you leave a pie in the refrigerator on the 3-day rule, it's gone. If you don't get it in 3 days, snooze, you lose.
Yeah, she ate it early on, and then I think she kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then I kept eating it, and then I left that one piece because she kept saying, "Don't eat it all." So I did go ask, at least. I've learned I better ask, because she would come back and said, "Where's that pie?"
Oh, yeah. I said, you snooze, you lose. Let me show you the plate and the fork. Because it was good going down. That wouldn't have gone well. That's what I'd have done, just to tweak her. Of course,
Yeah.
I tweak her every chance I can anyway.
You do.
Oh,
You like to
absolutely.
pull her chain.
Oh, every time I see her, I like to pull her chain. And she'll shake her hand and walk off. Like, that Tom Taylor. So, it's just what she does. That Tom Taylor. So, oh, yeah, she's a hoot. So, hello again. We got coming up, we've got Eric Wilson going to join us right over there from right here. Pete Zinga just taking on the Final Four. Baseball coming up today. Can't wait. Tennessee High. The Cyclones, again, 17th in the state. Winners of 8 out of 9. Take on the Cyclones. 10th in the state. We won 10 straight. Going to be a dandy. 6:40 airtime at the ballpark. 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll bring you the play-by-play. Isaac Fletcher, little guy. He's a great kid. Great young man. He's a student at Elizabeth High School. Runs the camera. And he loves coming over and says, "Mr. Taylor, you need me to run the camera tonight?" I said, "Yeah." And it's really cool. You don't have to go drag these kids in. They want to do it.
Yeah.
And he's just a great young man. So is Tucker Taylor, and so is Jackson Judah. The 3 guys help me when they get a chance. They rotate. And so we're looking forward to that. Hello to Pete and Crystal Slagle. We're watching them tonight. They'll be right below us. We'll be upstairs in the press box. They're right downstairs. And it's going to be a good one. Now, today's game has been pushed to tomorrow. So yesterday's being played today in Elizabethton. Today's game should have been in Bristol, but all the rains, they're going to play that one tomorrow at Bristol, and we've got church tomorrow night, and we'll be able to do it. We will have you the Thursday game. Science Hill's coming on Thursday to the ballpark, and we'll have that for you on Thursday night. But tonight it's at home. Tomorrow night they'll be in Bristol. We won't be. And Thursday we'll be back at home against Science Hill, and we will be. So there you go. We got a lot of baseball. I'm looking down the schedule. Last game of the year is April the 28th. Is the final game of the regular season. Then we roll right into the tournament and hopefully a trip down to Murfreesboro. So it's pretty cool. The Upper Lakes Conference, it's a 5-team league. 3 teams are ranked in the state. We're 10th. Tennessee High, your alma mater, 17th. And Unicoi County's 19th. What a compliment to the high school baseball in our league. And that's, And Crockett's, we were really fortunate to beat them both times. They can play. That's probably one of the best. I have the record here somewhere. One of the best 3, and let's see what they are here real quick. So I won't tell them wrong. Let's see. It would be right here. Of course, the pages stick together. So
they play more games than they used to play. Look at that schedule. That looks like a lot more games than we used to play.
Yep. Crockett is 3-13. That's the best 3-13 team I've seen in a long time. They can play.
Oh, wow.
3-13, and they can get after it. And the East is good too. East is struggling record-wise, but it's kind of like the test with the benchmarks in the ACT or whatever they call it now. You teach for the test. Well, you play for the tournament. That's what you get ready for. Everybody knows that. And so, right now we're almost at the halfway point of the season, which is crazy. They're talking graduation. And now doing kindergarten sign-ups for next year already. It's like they've already established the back-to-school bash for the Elizabeth City schools for next year. We're not even out of this year next. So it just marches on, doesn't it?
It does.
Train rolls on. You want to know how many days for Christmas? I'm sure you do.
How many?
Oh, yeah. So,
I need to start my Christmas shopping.
Absolutely, we'll start today. You and I go out today and beat the bushes for some Christmas presents. How many days for Christmas Eve? You're at 267 days for Christmas Eve.
Wow.
And then if you want to know how many days for high school football, 143 days for kickoff.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's hard to believe.
That's
more hard to believe than the Christmas Eve one.
Yeah, 143 days.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Train rolls on. So at this point, we're 4 or 5 games out, and it's very, very, very early.
Mm-hmm.
Twins are struggling. The Braves are struggling. Who else is struggling? Somebody else hasn't won a game yet.
Milwaukee.
The Brewers are struggling. So
Yeah.
now, can you go fix yourself at this point? I mean, can you go out and trade at this point as far as the deadline?
Oh, yeah.
So you still can?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can trade. You can
Make some moves.
there's still some free agents out there if you want to go after them and do that as well.
Yeah.
They can do pretty much. It's pretty much free game right now. I mean, they can do about what they want to.
Yeah. So And I'm sure they're going to. We talked about the Braves earlier. They got to get somebody. To, if they've experimented now with, what's this guy's name, Verdugo and Fairchild?
Sure, Fairchild.
Fairchild. So those are two experiments. If they're a bust, then they're going to go out and open up a checkbook and go get somebody.
Yeah.
Or hopefully got somebody down on the farm.
Yeah, that's probably what we'll see more than anything. If they got somebody that's tearing it up in AAA, we'll see them.
What would be really cool, well, for them to go to the Rangers and say, we want that kid from Elizabeth, Tennessee. We want Evan Carter in the outfield. Stranger things have happened.
People would love that around here, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Braves fans in this area.
Yep, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, he's big league material. We know that. So he's down at AAA for the time being, but they may, I mean, you just never know what they're going to look for and what they want. You know, here's a cash purchase. We want to get Evan Carter. You never know. But they do need some outfielders and need some hitting. And so the whole team's struggling. And I saw where Freddie Freeman slipped in the shower and re-junked his ankles. I don't know how you. I'm not sure if that's a smoke screen or more to it. A freak. I mean, how do you?
It can happen.
It can happen. Yeah. It can happen. Slipping
They said he was day to day.
Day-to-day, Freddie Freeman, after having ankle surgery, was doing pretty good in spring training, and then all of a sudden he tweaks his ankle coming out of the shower, or went into the shower.
Yeah.
Now he's day-to-day. So.
Yeah. And Christian Encarnacion Strand got hit by a pitch on the wrist last night, came out of the game, had an x-ray, and this was so funny, because they asked Terry Francona after the game, you know, his status, and he said, we had an x-ray during the game, it was negative. He said, he's day-to-day. He said, but aren't we all?
Mm-hmm. Amen.
He said, we're all day-to-day.
Now, before you go, I want folks to, again, we're still talking about Helene. People know, well, that's old news. No, it's not old news to the people in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And so we're still picking up the pieces. And I saw on Facebook the other day somebody complained about our bridge tunnel open there in Elizabeth. They said, go to Spruce Pine. Go over there and see what they're doing with it. I mean, they lost the whole town, it's wiped out. It's gone. Spruce Pine, North Carolina is not anywhere close to what it was as a town or a city back before September the 27th. I think it was the day this all happened, or that weekend. So
Drive through Newland, too.
Newland, North Carolina?
Yeah, drive through there.
Really?
It's bad.
So people think, okay, we moved on, life's moved on, but you're right there in the middle. You're helping people, right?
I am, yeah. I've been over in Hampton all morning today and had some meetings over there. And actually, I was at a couple of houses this morning of places that we've been working on. Went back to a house where I had a mission team put some insulation in a couple of weeks ago and pull all the nasty old ductwork out from under the bottom of the house where it had flooded. And it was just all nasty and still wet under there from the flood. So that had to all come out. So we had some guys crawl under there and pull all of that out. Looked at a house today that's getting ready to have a handicap ramp built. 88-year-old gentleman that has a brand new home, but has already fallen. He's been in it 2 weeks and he's already fallen on the steps because he needs a ramp. So I made a phone call today. Hopefully they're going to get a ramp pretty soon. So
you still have volunteer groups coming in from outside of the area to help churches and different groups coming from different parts of the country, right?
We do. Yeah, I was found out today about a group from Pennsylvania that's on their way here and will be here this weekend. I'm going to Ohio in a couple weeks to meet with a group that are coming in July. So there's still groups coming in. There's still a lot of work needed to be done. I had a young man approached me after church Sunday and said, hey, I just lost my job. I'm just looking for something to do. Can I volunteer? And so we're going to put him to work over there at Hampton, doing some little repair work that needs to be done. In May, there's going to be a kind of a big week where we're going to focus on just kind of beautifying Spring Street. Because a lot of the work has been done. It's not finished by any stretch of imagination. There's still a lot of houses that need a lot of work. But, you know, it just doesn't look like it once did.
Spring Street in Hampton?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
psychologically, it's probably good to do this.
Yeah. So there's I mean, I can show you a picture. There's still 2 cars piled on top of each other. I took that picture last Thursday. And they're still there. They've been there the whole time. There's still debris everywhere. There's fences that have caught debris, and it's still there. And we're going to go in and take all that out and just try to beautify the place. Maybe try to plant some grass in some areas because, you know, a lot of the topsoil has washed away.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got somebody that's donated a lot of topsoil to take back in there and try to help so that these homes can have grass again.
the ball fields here in Elizabeth that were affected up behind the courthouse, which was right in the line of fire where all the water, the floodwaters came, they've had to go down and take all the topsoil off because the topsoil is contaminated. For these kids to slide into second base, I mean, they had to take, I think, about 2 inches down and take all the topsoil off and put in new dirt, simply because, you had places flooded, you had drugs in the water, pharmaceuticals, where some of these stores and places flooded. You had oil and gas from some of the gas lines, the oil lines were broke free and busted. They were in the water too. So all this is coming down the river in this water, and so they've had to go and skim off the top couple of inches of topsoil, put in new topsoil, and then sow grass, and get these ball fields ready to go for these kids to play ball. But that's that's an additional to the basic necessities for people's homes. And so Hampton, from where I'm sitting, was what, 10 minutes from here, maybe?
Yeah, about 10, 12 minutes from here.
10 minutes from here is Hampton, Tennessee is what we're talking about. And so that's where he's up there working with some of these organizations. So, and we'll go back again. He's going to get her in here, I think. Samaritan's Purse. So if you want to give an organization that's got their boots on the ground and getting it done, Samaritan's Purse is right there, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They got a new person that's just coming in, I think this week, that's going to kind of take over this area. But and they're trying to finish up.
Mm-hmm.
But they've met with dozens and dozens and dozens of homeowners in the area and have done a phenomenal job with what they've been able to do as far as helping.
October, November, December, January, February, March, April. You're talking 7 months after the fact. You still got cars stacked on top of each other, look like Matchbox cars. Show that to them. I think they can see that.
You can show that to them.
There you go. There you go.
I took that picture Thursday.
That's a car stacked on top of another car around a carport. That's where this is at, Hampton?
That's in Hampton.
It's right up the road here. Why don't they get it down? Why don't they fix it? Well, I don't know why they haven't, but they haven't. So there it was. That's just last week. So people still need our help, folks. It's not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. They need our help. So, and we're doing our best to try and help them. And we're getting the word out best we can. He's up there pounding his boots on the ground helping out with different organizations. And so I got to say this, thank goodness for the churches in this country. The churches, FEMA's doing their thing, and, new president, I don't know how more effective FEMA is. It wasn't very good under Biden, I know that. I don't know what it is under Trump right now.
FEMA's doing okay.
Okay.
I'm hearing,
better reports.
Yeah, I'm hearing that they're coming through for some people, so
Yeah.
that's good.
And Trump said he would, and J.D. Vance, Vice President Vance, was here and said we're going to do it, and they are doing it. So, but they're behind the eight ball because for a long time nothing was happening. And so churches have come in from other parts of the country. I know the Amish came down here for a while and really did some phenomenal work. The Amish people, and so that's why this country is so great. We just kind of circle the wagons and kind of help each other out, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So.
Yeah, I sat around a table today with, I guess really, there was 4 different denominations of churches around that table.
Really?
Yeah, and we were sitting there meeting about, what we can do to help the folks that have had this damage from the hurricane.
You got it. Still going on right here in our neck of the woods in East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, out Eastern Kentucky, too, up around Pikeville, where they had those floods. Their floods are more recent. It was bad stuff up there, too. So. And it's not to say not going to have more. We got storms all the time on it. It's part of this where we live.
And one of the issues we had was some of the churches that were really helping us well in this part of the country had floods where they're from.
They had to stay home and help them.
They've had to stay home and help them. So we're having to work with them to try to get things done here now after they're trying to. And even some of our folks have gone up there.
I was going to say, we'll have teams from here this summer going there to help them because they've come to help us.
Absolutely.
This is what you do. So.
It's already been happening.
Cheeseburger pizza. I'm expecting to see you sitting right here at that table, wolfing down, waving me with a cheeseburger pizza.
I will be doing that.
Oh, I know you are.
Just a few minutes.
You got that glazed look on your eye. Like, I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to eat, and I understand that. So, see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you as always. Mr. Baseball, Greg Sire, quick break. We're due to have our buddy Eric Wilson in the house. He's due to join us next year on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. We're live here at Pete's Inn in Elizabeth on show number 2,257. We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Dillon Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and the folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabeth and 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. On to Travis Constable again with TNS Home Improvements. Tell me what it's all about, sir.
Well, we build decks, do porches, roofing, underpinning under mobile homes, a little bit of remodel work, but with the decks and roofing, we just try to stick on that end of things.
Absolutely. And so they've been at it for how many years now?
We've been at it for a little over 3 years now.
3 years. TNS Home Improvements, they go all over the Tri-Cities. You take quotes. You're licensed and bonded, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I make the phone call. Let's step me through real quick. I make the phone call, get a hold of you, say we're going to come out and see what you got going on. Tell me, what do you do? Take it from there. What happens next?
I'll schedule a day and time to come out and speak with you and give you an estimate, and you just have to say yay or nay, and then we put you on the schedule.
Social media, how do we find you?
Facebook.
Yep. And the phone number is?
423-946-8432.
They've been at it, folks. Again, started with a drill and a Chevy, what was it, Chevy Blazer?
Chevy Trailblazer.
Trailblazer. Yep. And now they're up to 5 full-time employees and four part-time employees. They're going great guns. They want to help you. Let them come give you a quote on what you need. TNS Home Improvements, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Show number 2257. We're live here at Pizza Inn, where they got a good group in here feeding their faces back in the. We're back in the sunroom where it holds up to I think 60 people. Got the TV screen up here right now where you can have a meeting back here, any kind of a sales meeting, church meeting, any kind of meeting. You have a organizational meeting or whatever you need to meet back here in the sunroom, as we call it here at Pizza Inn. And of course, we always tell you about the 18 pizza buffet for $11.99 all day, every day for lunch, $12.99 for dinner. Again, today, Tuesday, it's Kids Night here with a paid adult. Any kid from 4 to 9 can eat up to 12 years old for $2.99. Couldn't make it for that. It's going to be really good. And that's today. It's always packed for Kids Night here on Pizza Inn. There's always room for you, too. Here in Elizabeth, right on the main drag, can't miss us. Let's take a look again at baseball from yesterday. Let's see. You had... Oh, I got the wrong paper. Let's go here to the Johnson City Press. Here we go. Let's bring you up to speed with softball for today. Who's playing softball? You have Lady Cyclones hosting Tennessee High at 5:30. That'll be a big one in the conference, the softball race. Also, Dobbins visited at Science Hill, Westridge softball at Daniel Boone, Hampton, the Lady Bulldogs will be at Chucky Doak, Johnson County at Happy Valley, Cloudland at Unaka, North Green will play University High today. Iroquois County will be at Crockett in softball. Volunteer plays Cherokee in the Battle of Hawkins County. Tri-Cities IM will be at Providence Academy, and Claiborne will be in Greenville to battle the Lady Green Devils. That's in Tennessee softball. Southwest Virginia softball today, Ryco at Grundy. Union at John Battle. Gay City's hosting J.I. Burton. And you have Y Central at Abington to battle the Lady Falcons today in softball in Southwest Virginia. Now in baseball, one game going on today. Gate City will be at Cherokee High School in Tennessee and Hawkins County for a 6 o'clock first pitch there. Our baseball games today, you have as follows. Granger at Volunteer. Iroquois County travels to Madison County, North Carolina. Johnson County at Happy Valley. Claiborne at Greenville. Gate City will be at Cherokee, as we told you. Daniel Boone at Science Hill. Dobbinsville plays at Westridge. They played yesterday in the rain, and DB beat them 10-2. The only game we know that got completed yesterday because of the rainy and cool weather. But it was a DB win 10-2 over Westridge. They'll play again today at Westridge. Crockett at Sullivan East today, a big matchup in the Upper Lakes Conference. South Green to West Green. Claiborne will play 2 at Greenville beginning at 5 o'clock. Concord Christian at Providence Academy a doubleheader beginning at 5. North Green University High at 5 o'clock. They'll play that one at Crockett today. And Chucky Doak and Hampton will play 2 at Hampton beginning at 4:30. Our broadcast again, 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. The Cyclones 10th in the state, winners of 10 in a row, will take on the Tennessee Vikings. They won 8 out of 9. They're 17th in the state. Be a good ball game. 6:40 airtime. Come join us to be a part of it. If you can't, we'll have it on you. All right, here at the Tom Lewis Sports Show Facebook page and YouTube. We'll have video and audio both. It'll be a good one. We're looking forward to doing that again coming up later on this evening for Cyclone Baseball. All right, let's take a look at the NASCAR scene. They're going to be in Bristol in 2 weeks. They're in Darlington this weekend. And what's the name of the race this weekend? It should be. It is, the Goodyear 400. Then next Sunday a week, they're here in Bristol for the Food City 500. 3 o'clock, they'll drop the green flag. Triple Winter Racing is coming up in Bristol Motor Speedway week after next. So a lot of out-of-town fans will be coming into town, spending money. There'll be a lot of them coming here for the pizza and buffet. If you're on a budget, coming to town to watch the race is a good place to come eat. Anytime, particularly for the out-of-town race fans coming in to get their bellies full for $11.99. Absolutely, it's a good deal. So, one of the storylines of NASCAR is they're putting them in too soon up on the Cup Series. I sat and watched a segment. Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon were talking about that, and Dale Jr. saying they're putting them in there too early, not enough experience. Well, here's the kid's getting ready to start. Jesse Love with Richard Childress Racing will make his NASCAR debut at Bristol. Coming up a week from Sunday at the Coliseum, he'll drive the 33 C4 Ultimate Energy Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. During his Xfinity Series rookie campaign last year, the 20-year-old claimed his first series win, a series-leading 5 poles, and the Sunoco Rookie of the Year honors. So, he became the youngest champion in NASCAR history by clinching his first ARCA Menard Series West title at the age of 16 back in 2020. This kid's only, 21 years old? So, got his first Xfinity Series of 2025 down at Daytona. So, Jesse Love, this kid's only 21 years old. They're going to put him on the high bikes of Bristol. And so, some of the older drivers saying, they cause more problems. We know they got to get the experience, but some of these guys aren't ready. So, the argument was also for the young lady who was on the series a couple of weeks ago, Miss Legg, said she wasn't ready either to be up on the big boys. So, he's got his first series win at 20 years old during his Xfinity rookie campaign last season. Got his first series win, a series-leading 5 poles, and the Sunoco Rookie of the Year honors. So he is green as grass to a point. We'll see. We'll start at 3 o'clock a week from Sunday. So 5 different winners and 7 races so far in NASCAR. So you have, after Martinsville, heading to Darlington this weekend for the Goodyear 400. Here's your points. Your 16 guys to be in the playoffs right now will stop today, and a dozen, of course. Christopher Bell, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Josh Berry, they're on wins. They're going to be there. Now, right now on points, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, the defending champ, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Ross Chastain, Ryan Preece, and Michael McDowell are in on points right now at this point. Outside the top 16, looking on the outside, looking in is Kyle Busch, A.J. Allmendinger, John Hunter Nemechek, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So 5 different winners of the first 7 races, led by Christopher Bell's got 3. William Byron's got 1. Kyle Larson's got 1. Denny Hamlin won this weekend at Martinsville, and Josh Berry's got 1. So those are your winners so far. Denny Hamlin with that win at Martinsville over the weekend, first of the year, number 6 at Martinsville, number 55 of his career, one of the all-time greats, but has never won a championship. So he led 274 of the 400 laps, and Denny Hamlin led the final 74 laps of the race. And he'll go this weekend. They'll go to Darlington for the Goodyear 400. They'll drop the green flag there at 3 o'clock on Sunday. Then week after next, they're coming to Bristol for the Food City 500. Of course, we'll talk more about that on Friday. We'll be at Food City in Elizabeth with the Tom Taylor Sports Show coming up on Friday. We're here at Pizza Inn, again, show number 2257. Clicking them off, heading off to 2,300 shows. We're number 57, 2257 on this April 1st, 2025. If you're a Fisher person here in the Tri-Cities, you want to consider being part of this. This is the Mountain Region Bass Fest coming up a week from Saturday. On April the 12th, it's going to be at South Holston Lake. $2,500 grand prize. It's a benefit for Mountain Region Speech and Hearing. Entry fees, $125 a boat. So blast off is based on order registration. So they'll release you and put you out on the water based on where you are as far as your registration and the pecking order. Registration includes an entry for the big fish prize of $250, a 5-fish limit. It's next Saturday on South Holston Lake. It is a benefit fundraiser for the Mountain Region Speech and Hearing folks who, again, deal with cochlear implants for kids. They help folks who've gone through strokes to speak again, swallow again, talk again. It's a phenomenal organization. They're due to be with us tomorrow, as a matter of fact, at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow's show. They're supposed to be there, some representation from Mountain Region Speech and Hearing. It's a great organization. You get to go out and fish. Plus, it's part of the TBN, the Tennessee Bass Nation State Tournament Qualifier. So it's also part of that as well. So there's a lot of good reasons to get out on the water, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, for the Mountain Region Bass Fest. $2,500 grand prize, guaranteed first place. Next Saturday, beginning at 6:30 in the morning. If you need more information or to get signed up, and folks are doing it, we appreciate that. Call them at 246-4600. 246-4600. Tell them you called up and say you want to put a boat in. Mountain Region Bass Fest coming up next Saturday, which will be a good day to be on the water. Race weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. Quick break, got more for you right back after this from Pizza Inn. You're watching show number 2257. More to talk about. Take a look at the NBA and the National Hockey League next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to Mystic Council, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Why Duck Crossing? Why should we come here and shop?
Well, we have 3 floors of merchandise with over 50 different vendors, a good wide variety of items. 70%, I would say, is vintage, which is over 25 years or more. We do have, of course, a lot of antiques, which are over 100 years. Clean, organized, right smack dab in the middle of downtown Elizabethton. We have 2 other stores right beside of us, so it's a great afternoon. You can hit all 3 of we're all 3 good quality antique stores.
Hours are open?
We're open from 11 to 5:30 on Monday through Friday and 10 to 6 on Saturdays.
Social media, how do we find you?
We're on Facebook at Duck Crossing Elizabethton and Instagram at Duck Crossing Antiques.
And the phone number to call and find out more.
423-518-1858.
There you go. One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Be loyal, buy local, buy it in Betsy, buy it in downtown Elizabethton at Duck Crossing. One of our great sponsors here of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business.
And back to the Tom Dolan Sports Show. Let's run down the NBA before we get out of here tonight. Let's see who's playing where in Portland and Atlanta. The 76ers in New York to battle the Knicks. Orlando and San Antonio to battle the Spurs. Or, of course, the regular season winding down. Phoenix will be in Milwaukee tonight. Toronto, the Raptors, and Chicago to battle the Bulls. Golden State will be in Memphis. A couple of 40-win teams. Should be a good game there. Another good will be Minnesota, Denver. So the Nuggets are getting together. They're 47-28. Minnesota 43-32. So those are two good games tonight in the NBA. It's probably the highlight of the schedule. Golden State in Memphis and Minnesota in Denver. We told you Major League Baseball schedule. Let's drop down to the National Hockey League. Get it on. See what the Predators they are. They're skating Columbus tonight against the Blue Jackets. Buffalo to Ottawa. Tampa Bay 43 win. Tampa Bay in New York. The skating the Islanders 132. Pretty good matchup. Detroit on the ice against St. Louis tonight. Calgary will be Utah. San Jose the Sharks in Anaheim. Edmonton will be in Vegas. A couple of 40-win teams. Edmonton at 42-26. Vegas at 45-20. Pretty good matchup there. And Winnipeg, probably the best one tonight. Winnipeg at 51-19, one of the top teams in the league. Winnipeg at 51-19, skating LA against the Kings. They are 41-23. So there you go. Any basketball going on tonight? No. The ladies settled last night. They got the Final Four ticket or punched. Texas defeats TCU last night by 11. The Lady Longhorns and Southern Cal losing. UConn beats them by 14. So UConn in the Final Four along with Texas. And UCLA in South Carolina. That's your four for the ladies. So there you go. And so, you look at the win that Tennessee got, the Lady Vols defeating UConn. Now it looks that much better and that much bigger because UConn's in the Final Four. Gina, we beat them. They're 35-3. One of those three losses was to the Lady Vols in Knoxville. So pretty impressive, if you ask me. And so as a result of that and some other things, she got a contract extension with a pay raise. And I think it's a smart move. Because if not, somebody else will pick her up and get her and take her. And so she's nailed down for a while to be the head coach of Lady Vols, I think, through the 29-30 season. So there you go. The first story we had today on the show was the new rule for the NFL, the overtime for football. Back they had a coin toss, the previous rule of the coin toss, and so whoever scored first wins. Well, now, even if I win the coin toss and I score, the other team gets some chances. They get a possession too. So both teams get a chance in overtime to score. So, again, if we do a coin toss, I'm the Raiders, which is my team, and we win the coin toss, and we score, we're playing the dreaded Chiefs, well, they get the ball, too, and get a chance to score. So it's not just automatically who scores first, it's over. Both teams get a shot now. They got passed this morning. That is the new rule in the National Football League. That's going to do it from here. We do appreciate our guests coming in today. We had Greg Sire, Mr. Baseball. We had also, of course, Mike Cornhead, baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. And Eric Wilson was pulled into a meeting, so couldn't be here today. But we've been telling you all about the buffet. There's ladies over here wolfing it down. There's men over here, guys over here. Looks like some business guys in suits wolfing down the buffet. So it's $11.99 for lunch. The senior buffet is $8.99 with a discount for the seniors. The dinner tonight, every night, is $12.99. Can't beat it. You get 18 pizzas on the buffet at all times, along with salad, soups, chocolate pudding, 3 types of pasta, spaghetti, rotini noodles, and Alfredo noodles, with the salsas, of course. And you can't beat it for what you pay. It's a great, great way to do it. And so at Pizza Inn, they do fundraisers all the time. They come in and you get a percentage of the sales that night for your organization. All you have to do is come in and talk to Eric or Maddox, 2 guys in management. Certainly Eric, the general manager. And he'll get you set up ready to go. You can't beat it, really, for a fundraiser to come in and eat this great food here at Pizza Inn and make money while you're doing it for your organization. It's awesome. And I know last time we were here, they had a group in here from Sullivan East, which for those of you not from here, that's about 20 miles up the road, so it's not just for Elizabethton people. They'll do fundraisers for anybody. So anyway, that's going to do it. We appreciate you being with us. We'll rejoin you at 6:40 tonight for Cyclone Baseball. It's going to be at Andy. The Cyclones and the we'll get ready for the Tennessee Vikings. As we said, both teams, Cyclones ranked 10th in the state, Tennessee 17th in the state. And so we'll get with it. So we've got something. Okay. All right. right, he can't get back. He's going to a meeting. All right, so let's give you the verse of the day one more time. We're going to sit down and eat with Greg. We may fight over the cheeseburger pizza or the rotini noodles. We're going to eat. Then we get ready. It's called a pregame meal for the baseball broadcast tonight. We'll rejoin you at 6:40. Video and audio bringing it to you tonight. I hope you'll join us. It's going to be a great ball game. 2 ranked teams in the state, both undefeated in the league. Cyclones have won 10 in a row. They won 8 out of 9. I mean, go on and on the accolades. Bottom line, it's going to be a great baseball game. We'll bring it to you beginning at 6:40. Isaac Fletcher on the camera, and I'll bring you the play-by-play tonight from Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark. 2 Peter 3:9 says, the Lord does not delay, is not tardy or slow by what he promises. He will do it in his timing, but he'll do it. According to some people's perception of being slow, not in the Lord. Lord's everything with his timing. He's running the show. He's in control. But he is long-suffering, extraordinarily patient towards you and me, not desiring that any should perish. He gives us chance after chance after chance after chance. Not that any should perish, which means go and spend eternity in hell, but that all should turn to repentance. Extraordinarily patient, not desiring that any should perish, but that all should turn to repentance. By the way, I went and saw the new movie, The Chosen. Saw the latest version of The Chosen. Oh, really good. Good movie. They got another one out now called The King of Kings. I haven't seen that one yet, but I did see the latest installment of The Chosen. It was a very, very good movie. I would heartily recommend it. Very good. Without question, you need to go see that movie. It's a great movie. All right, back with you at 6:40 tonight for Cyclone Baseball. We wrap it up as always by telling you simply, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,257 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live today at Pizza Inn in Elizabeth, home of the $11.99 buffet. Can't beat it. See you back tonight at 6:40 for Cyclone Baseball. Until then, as always, we'll tell you win or lose, be a good sport, and bloom where you're planted. Thanks for watching the show today from Pizza Inn.